Hi, welcome to In 5 Minutes. We are done with the RC phase shift oscillator and disadvantages of RC phase shift oscillators. They are used for low frequency, and for high frequency we are going for LC oscillators. Now in this, the frequency is determined by this network. You can say the frequency determining network consists of an amplifier and secondly a feedback network. Now what you can say, since it is LC, in the feedback network you have inductor and capacitors. So the feedback network now consists of L and C. In RC oscillators, in the feedback network you have R and C, and obviously amplifier can be a BJT amplifier and FET amplifier. So accordingly you can have different types of amplifiers over here. The rest of the concept what we have seen for RC phase shift network, or you can say the low frequency oscillators, is similar to criteria of Barkhausen. Now how this LC oscillator works? If you are considering, you have the battery, then you have the capacitor, you have the inductor. This is the circuit. Now positive, if this switch is connected at this point, what you can say, the capacitor will start charging in the given direction. So what will be the charging of the capacitor? It will be positive, negative as shown over here, and the supply voltage E. Now the capacitor will charge in this half cycle. Now when the position of the switch changes on the other side, you can say as shown in the second figure, what will happen? Complete energy is transferred from capacitor to the inductor in the form of magnetic field. So you can say half L into I square. Capacitor initially is charged to half, C into V square is now transferred to the inductor. This is how it is created. What we are telling, that this field is nothing but the magnetic field which is created because of the discharging of the capacitor. Now what will happen? After some time, inductor cannot store charge. So what we can say, since inductor cannot store charge, we can say the magnetic field will collapse. Now what will happen because of this? The entire energy is again transferred from inductor to capacitor. Initially the energy was transferred from capacitor to inductor, right, because of the discharging of capacitor, and because of magnetic field you have generated the current through the inductor. Now the magnetic field has collapsed and again the capacitor will start charging, but the charging direction now will be positive, negative as shown. Now again in the next half cycle the capacitor will start discharging. The discharging direction will be this, and again it will charge in the opposite direction and the cycle will repeat, right? So what you can say, during the discharge it induces the current in the inductor again, and because of the collapsing of the magnetic field it will again charge the capacitor in the opposite direction. So this continues and it generates undamped oscillations at constant frequency. Now this effect of charging, discharging of the capacitor and the creation and the collapsing of the magnetic field is called as flywheel effect. So the LC oscillator oscillates based on the principle of, say, flywheel effect. Now in different types, you can say, instead of this inductor we can have the circuit in this format. So when the circuit is in this format, we call it as Armstrong oscillator. Instead of the inductor we can say it is tapped, inductor is tapped, then it is called as tapped coil or Hartley oscillator. So they use tapped coil, and again you can have the inductor to be splitted into two parts, L1 and L2. The same circuit, instead of one inductor we are dividing it into two parts, then again it is Hartley oscillator. So this is how the simple circuit is divided to get different types of oscillations at different frequencies.